everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today to this amazing virtual travel party. As you know, we have been hosting them since March of 2020, and we have continued bringing you this so you can experience the world from the comfort of your home. And today we have with us a special guest. But first, I just want to give you a little introduction. Today, we are here because we're going to allow you to dream, to discover, and to inspire you one country at a time with one Latino at a time. My goal is to make sure that we cover all 193 UN countries by 193 different Latinos that are going to inspire you to follow their footsteps and go out there and travel the world. So today, I just want to remind you, you can join us in Zoom at bit.ly VTP Ghana, because this is the country we're going to cover today. You may turn on your cameras because we want to see your lovely faces. At the end, we're going to have a Q&A, and you can ask any questions that you have about anything related to Ghana. And you can also ask questions in the chat. But please mute yourself so we can give that respect to our speaker. Our replays are always in our YouTube channel. We already have over 50 episodes there, and we're so excited because you can already go and watch them. And we're here to spark your curiosity for travel and to have fun. So let's enjoy the ride. Today we have with us Andres from Andres the Traveler, and he's gonna share with us the Black Star Nation of Ghana. But before he joins us, he wants me to show you a special video that he made for us. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Ready. So let's get ready. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Right? Okay.
There we go.
Wow, so pretty, so pretty. Thank you so much, Andres, for getting us inspired already with just a little minute of video. So now tell us, what is the presentation about? We want to know everything.
Okay, so I will put a PowerPoint presentation so to make it like easier. So I will include everything I'm going to talk about, okay? And I will put like a brief description of myself so everybody knows who I am.
Perfect. We are ready.
Okay. Let's do it. I don't know if you can see it, right?
We see it perfectly, yes.
Perfect. Okay, so that's the description about myself. I'm 41 years old. I'm from Argentina, but I'm living in the US since 2006. I have a bachelor's in international relations. As you can see, I love traveling. I love international relations. I love different cultures. I speak Portuguese, Spanish, English, and some French and Polish. My French is a little bit weak, but I'm trying to get it better. I work for the United Nations here in New York. And traveling is not a hobby for me. As you can see, it's like my passion. So I've been to 82 countries, which is quite a lot, but there's still a lot of countries to go. And today I'm going to talk about Ghana, which is one of my favorite countries. I was there 4 times already, and I'm planning on going back in April because there is always so much to see and there's always so many other places to visit in the country. So that's why I'm very excited and I'm always ready to go back. And that's my Instagram is Andres_the Traveler in case you're gonna follow me and you can see all my adventures and all my pictures and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
At the end, Andres, I want you to share with us, because you said you're going in April. What is the situation there with the
right.
coronavirus, and if people can still travel like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I have at the end of the presentation, I have like a sort of a slide that shows like all the requirements to get into the country and what to do like to get
Beautiful.
prepared. Yeah,
Love it.
for people to know, and also the airlines that you can use and so on. Yeah. Um, well, about the Ghana, because not many people know, or maybe not everybody knows where it is located. So it's very important to know where it is located. It's in West Africa. As you can see, the countries that are bordering Ghana are like Burkina Faso, then you have Togo, and you have Ivory Coast. And, and as you can see, it's like the position of where it is located is by the coast, and it's right very close to the equator. And the meaning of Ghana is a warrior king. That in one of the local languages, that's something that maybe not many people know, but well, and you're learning now. Yeah. So in terms of like what is like the history, like the what is Ghana located right now, like back in the 11th century, it was the Bono state. After the Bono state, there were like several other kingdoms and empires, and the most powerful ones are the Dagbon and the Ashanti. That many people are like know about Ashanti, that like many people call themselves Ashanti people, and that's probably the one that more people know about it. Then of course, this is something that is like a little bit sad, but back in the 15th century, a lot of European countries started doing like the how you call it, like colonization of these areas. And so like first they were like the Portuguese and the Swedish, the Norwegians, the Dutch, the Germans, and then it was established what people probably know, which is the Gold Coast. That was established in the territory where Ghana is located right now. And then finally, the last country that arrived, the last European country that arrived was the UK that took control of the area back in the 19th century. I know history is a little bit like annoying sometimes, but it's good to know just to have an idea about all the history of all the background of the country.
Yeah.
And then like in 1947, finally the six big, or like these leaders from Ghana asked for a self-government. It took a while, it took like 10 years, but finally on March the 6th in 1957, Ghana became independent. It was one of the first countries in the area that became independent. So that's like, is something very good. Then the flag. You can see it in the slide how the flag looks like, and then there are like 3 colors. You have the red that represents all the blood that was shed towards the independence, because of when you get independence, you know like it's not easy to go through that, and you have a lot of like battles and so on. And then the gold or yellow represents the wealth of the country, like that's why it was called the Gold Coast. And then green, it reflects the idea of like Ghana having a lot of grasslands. You know that many people, when think about Africa, they think about a land that is like how you call it, like a desert. People think about Africa like a very like a desert and like a place with nothing. No, unlike the other places, Ghana has a lot of grasslands. I will show you pictures later. So that's why they have the green in the flag. And the last, and that's the name of my presentation, is the Black Star. The Black Star is a symbol of like Ghanaian people and also the African emancipation. As I say, this area was like colonized back in the days, and there was a whole movement in Africa to get independent. So that's why the Black Star is a symbol of that, even now. Oh, that's a picture when I was there. That's very, very cute. So Ghana has about like 31 million people. There's a large variety of different ethnic groups and religious groups. And the most important ones are the Akan, the Moldambong, and the Ewe. Those are the most important groups in Ghana. Then regarding the weather, it's very important to know that the weather in Ghana changes. Even though most of the time is warm, it's better to go between October and March. This is because if you go like outside that time, usually can get too warm. And something that I experienced when I was in Ghana was the Harmattan. I didn't know much about it, but it was very funny because when I was there, I was like, why is this so foggy? And I realized I was foggy because of this. There is this wind coming from the Sahara that blows this dust. So when you're there, you literally see like all the time it looks like kind of like yeah, like dusty, and you don't see like very well. So it's very interesting. And I saw there was pollution at first because in some places in the world when you have pollution, you get to see everything kind of blurry. But
Yeah.
no, it has to do with these like winds. That's something that I learned. And that's around December and February. And I was in February. So I can tell that that's true. You have that. And they say that's a little bit bad for your skin as well. But that wasn't my problem. But the problem was like kind of the visibility. But I learned the reason because at first I didn't know what was going on.
When you say it's
Then,
cooler, what temperature are you talking about? Like 50s, 60s, or like what?
well, to be honest, I don't think that it can go lower than 60s. I
Oh,
think that it's usually when I go there, like it's always like I'm thinking about more the 70s, you know.
okay.
And it can be a little bit cooler at night, but I never felt like cold in there. I never had to have like a coat or anything. You always like usually with your tank top and I'm very light wear. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then something that I love about Ghana is the kente. This is what I'm having, kente,
Oh my
kente
God,
all
it
day.
looks so cool. I
Yeah,
love it.
kente all day. So basically, the kente is down by the Ghanaian. It used to be used by royalty among the Ewe and the Ashanti, but right now it's used like for many purposes. Some people use it just for fashion because it became very trendy. Some people wear it during graduations. Sometimes they use it like the or for the special occasions. For me, I wear it like as much as I can. I love it. It's very nice fabric. The thing is like the original one was made out of silk and cotton, but right now it's more common since that one is very expensive and the process to make it is too complicated. Now what they do is like they print it. They print the pattern and that's what we usually have. I believe that this is printed. Usually, most of the time it's printed. It's not handmade because that's a lot of work,
Mhm.
but it still looks very nice and I really like it. And there are different colors and each color represents like it has a different meaning. So, but I'm not gonna go through that because that would be like too much.
Does it have a different name for women and men, the clothing?
Well, I mean, they are different. I mean, the kente is just the fabric, but
Oh,
you can have like different like things. For example, like what I usually wear is like the top part, like kente. You can wear like just a shirt and then shorts or pants, whatever you want. Then like what usually guys wear also is the kaftan. The kaftan is very nice. It's can made from different fabric. It doesn't need to be just kente. But the kaftan is like that's why I didn't talk much about that. It's like Nigerians also like consider them coming from them. So Nigerians and Ghanaians they have a fight over the kaftan who originally made them and so on. Kaftan are very nice as well.
yes.
Regarding food, there is a variety of food in Ghana. I'm personally a vegetarian, so that's why it's a little bit like complicated for me sometimes to find food because like first of all because like Africans in general when they have a sense of hospitality. So when you want to eat with a person from Ghana, they want to give you everything they have. Like they want to like give you like. And so when you tell them that you don't want meat, that you just want like vegetables or like something like that, they feel like they're not giving you enough. They feel like they're not the hospitality is not good. So it is a little bit complicated, but still I managed to find like stuff to eat.
Yeah.
You have the fufu, which is very common in this area, that cassava and green plantains. Then the banku is very typical from Ghana. The difference is that it has corn. The bofro that are my passion. They're not healthy, but they're good. It's like it's fried, but it's really good. Then you have the kenkey, that also like is good, and the kelewel that is like fried plantains, which is also like cool. Then the jollof, many people know about the jollof. The jollof like that's another fight between Nigerians and Ghanaians about who has
Right.
the
I
best
always
jollof and
hear
so on.
that
Yeah, I try both, and I'm not gonna give my opinion because then I don't want anybody to get offended. They're
to get in
different, but I like
trouble.
both of them. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. And then like the jollof can be done with vegetables, and then it all can be done with meat. So it's like you can find it like both ways. And my favorite dish is the red. That is basically like the black eyed peas that are with tomatoes and some spices. That's really good. That was my favorite. And that was something that I was eating all the time when I was in Ghana. That and the kelewele was like great for me.
Yeah. That looks like a typical Dominican dish. It's like we are
I
so
know, right?
connected. We are so connected through food and so many other aspects.
Well, if you think about it, the way that it's like Ghana located in the map and the Caribbean, like back in the days, they say that, all the plagues were connected. There's a connection on that. And I think that the Caribbean is very connected to Africa. That's why you have a lot of like food that includes plantain and rice and beans. That's very common in Africa. Oh, and then something important that happened back in 2019 was called the year return. During that year, which was the first year that I went to Ghana, it was like linked to the anniversary from the time like when the first like slaves arrived to America coming from Ghana. There's like a sad story behind Ghana. Ghana was like a slave trading port. So basically, a lot of people, African Americans, when they try to track on their ancestors, they're most of the time connected to Ghana because like the slaves were traded from Ghana to the rest of America. And then when they were coming from there, they were not just originally from Ghana. They were like bringing different people from different places. And the place was Ghana. The west coast of Africa was like used for these people to bring people to America, which is like something very sad. But the way that they tried to approach it was in a festivity way, in saying like we are back to our origins. We are here to celebrate life and to find like the origins, because many African Americans didn't know about their origins, or they were not very clear about which part of Africa. So there's like a thing about going back to the roots, but going back to Ghana. So that's why I'm trying to find like something positive out of it and not think about all the slavery and something which was very sad. Then regarding like different parts of Accra, Jamestown, as you can see, is my favorite one. So that's why I took so many pictures. It's like it's very colorful. It's one of the areas of the city where they do this really nice festival. I wasn't able to go, but that's in my bucket list. So that's another reason to go back, which is the Chalewod Street Art Festival. I don't know if I say it right, which is like a festival with music, with a lot of like colors, a lot of dance, which is very nice, and it's done in this neighborhood. This neighborhood has a lot of colonial architecture, and it also has like a really live market. And you can see there's a lot of artwork. You see like a lot of artists that go and do some graffiti, so they do even these things that you can see in my pictures that are really beautiful. It's a place also when you can see, I showed in my video, when you see people running, people playing soccer. It's very, very nice, very authentic and very local,
Yes.
Yeah. Then we have the Independence Arc, or the Black Star Gate, which is like the symbol of the independence. But that was constructed back in 1961, which was like the year where the Queen Elizabeth visited the country. And as I said before, it was the first sub-Sahara African country to achieve independence. So this was a sort of commemoration of independence. That's why if you can see in the arc, you see that says freedom and justice. And it has the year that when Ghana got the independence, which was like 1957. And it's now used for festivals, when they do like they do a parade, and also when the president assumed, they do the celebration in there. Ghana has had elections like not long ago, so I believe that the assumption was done. Well, the actual president was reelected, so I don't know how it worked with Corona, but that's what usually is done. Then
So
in this part, you also have the memorial, Kuwait Nkrumah. I don't know if I say right. I'm trying my best. It was the first president and independence pioneer from Ghana. When I talked before about these 6 people, I don't remember all the names, but he was one of them. So in there is where you can actually, in the grounds, you have his burial. So I was able to go and see his burial there. So it's very interesting. It's very nice. It's very massive. It's like there's a lot of space around, and the statue is like quite impressive. And you can see me there next to him trying to copy the style. Then the Makola Market is something that is also very nice, which is like a very popular market where you can see a lot of things, and you can go from like fresh products to imported goods. I mean, foods, clothes, medicine, for pots and pans. You can find anything there. Like also like a lot of really good vegetables and fruits. Everything is very, very very fresh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you can also find a jewelry. It's like a very nice place to go. It's like a must for me for Makola. And by the way, Ghana is very safe, something I don't want to forget to say, because like many people when they think about Africa, they think like maybe it will be dangerous, especially that area. But it's extremely safe, and you can walk around the market and you will not have any issues. Then another must place is the Osu Castle, which was back in the days the Fort Christian Board. That was like, as I said before, like the Danish people and people from Norway were back in the days in this area. So here it was like it was built this castle, and it used to be like the house of the government, like back in the days. But then after 2009, the house of the government went to a different building, which is the Golden Jubilee House. So now this place it acts like a sort of like a museum, but it's a very nice place to go. It's by the ocean. It's very interesting. Then, well, this is one of my favorite spots as well. Is Labadi Beach.
Oh,
This is by, it's beautiful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like Labadi Beach is very nice because like you can see like how like actually the locals enjoy like the beach. People go there to party, people go there to drink. Like you will see like a lot of local people. Like there will be like people drumming. There is also like people who can ride horses. It's like very interesting. I like it. Every time I go to Ghana, I have to go to Labadi Beach. It's very nice. And then there's another, well, there are plenty of places like by the beach, but then there's another one is Kokro Bike, Kokro Bite, that's how local people call it. That one is a little bit farther from Accra, but it's very nice as well. It's famous for, because you can see people surfing, but it's also like very nice to see the fishing boats. As you can see in the picture, you can see it in the back. That's very nice. You see a lot of people fishing and like with, like back in the days with the nets and so on. And also you will see a lot of live music. It's a very nice place to go. It's like an hour from the city center of Accra. Then the Aburi Botany Garden is also a very nice place. It's like used to be a sanatorium, which is like very interesting, and now it's like a botanical garden. And what is very nice about it is that what you see in the picture, which is like a sort of like all these big palm trees, and you can see like a sort of like like a way to go there, like a street.
And all of this is in Accra, or this is like all over the country?
It's Accra and it's surrounded. The majority of places that I went were in Accra, and then like some places that are close to Cape Coast, which is like 3 hours from 3 hours and a half from Accra. But many of these places are around, not that far from Accra. For example, the Shy Hills Resource Reserve is 1 hour and a half from Accra, so it's not that. And that's the reason that I wanted to go back again, because I'm trying to go to Kumasi and I'm trying to go to Takoradi, that are like a little more farther. So, but that's in my bucket list as well. There's also like a lot of things to see in the north part of Ghana, but that's a little bit hard to get there. But I think that if for someone who goes to Ghana for one time, or like if they stick to Accra and the surroundings, they will see the majority of Ghana. Even though I have a lot of friends from Kumasi who get upset about this, but Accra has like the majority of things, and around Accra you can see, and also like Cape Coast. So that's like an example, the Shy Hills, of like how like the nature and the green of Ghana. You see like it's so green there, and you usually think about like, you don't imagine this from here, but yeah, you see like there are a lot of like animal and wildlife, so it's a very nice place to visit. The Botir Falls is also a very nice place, which is like this waterfall.
That's a nice picture, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I was posting a little bit. Yeah, it's nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, and it's like the idea of having like two. They say like local people say like is there the twin, because it's one is the female and one is the male. That's what they say about this like Botifo. The Armenia Castle, this one is a little bit farther. That's like 3 hours and a half. That's close to the city of Armenia, and it's close to Cape Coast. That's like is like a castle was built back by the Portuguese, and that's the castle. When this is the part, like when you go there, it's like a even though I look like happy when I was posting and everything, but then when you hear the story about behind this, the picture was before like I heard all these stories. So, and it's like one of the places where like they were like having the slaves to be transported to the the colonies back in America.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit sad, but it's nice that it has been preserved as a memory to show that this happened, so people don't deny like what happened back in the days. And also the UNESCO declared it as World Heritage Site, so it's been preserved, and the government of Ghana have been doing very well in terms of preservation. Then Kumasi is that a city that I'm trying to go. I haven't been, but I heard that it's a very nice place to go, and that's why I wanted to include it so my friends from Kumasi don't get upset. And it's very good for, I mean, the Ashanti, the people from Ashanti, like the Ashanti tribe is coming from that area. Then the other thing I like, I'm not gonna lie, is the Accra nightlife.
That you
I
like
doing,
to say?
yeah, I mean, I like doing all the cultural stuff. I like going to museums. I like to see markets, but I also like to go out. I'm not gonna lie. And I found out that Ghana has like, especially Accra, has like one of the best nightlives that I ever seen. Like you'll be surprised about the amount of bars, about the amount of like clubs, and the environment is very nice, very alive. You see a lot of like you see the lightings in this bar. These ones are my favorite ones. It is Bloom Bar, Republic, Garage, and Firefly. These are my favorite ones, but people can go and see and explore more.
Yeah. Oh my God. What kind of
This
music?
is fashion.
Like asking, what kind of music do they play there in the club?
Well, it's very funny because every time I go, they're playing even Ozuna. When they play Ozuna, I
Oh.
go crazy. So basically, they play a lot of like music with some African vibes, but they also play a lot of Latino music because like a lot of Africans love that vibe. And when they play Ozuna, people go crazy, and it's crazy to be in Ghana dancing Ozuna songs. And when people saw me like singing in Spanish, they were like, "Oh, wow!" So
That's so cool. I love it.
so yeah, and they were playing some Shakira songs as well. So I was like, wow. Yeah. So they play a lot of like songs that we hear here, and they have some like local. But like the world has been so globalized that you have like music all over the world. Then
Mhm.
the thing about fashion is like Ghanaians are very fashionistas. They love like dress up. And as you can see there, when I go there, I have a lot of friends who are designers, and you can see the kaftan, you can see the kente. They do fashion shows all the time, so it's like it's the mecca for fashion. And for me that love clothes, or I go crazy there. Yeah.
So do you get this clothing custom made, or do they sell it at a store? And
Well, I do both. I mean, like I have friends who are designers, so when I go, they have it prepared for me, they have it ready. So sometimes it's better, so I don't have to wait and go and look. But if you go to the market, sometimes you can find some stuff as well. But if it is done by them, it's much better because you can get a better fit, So it's,
Mhm.
but it depends on what you like. If you have something particular in mind, they can do anything you want and they can do it quickly.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, so one interesting thing that like, well, at least it was very interesting for me, was like there's some names that are very common among Ghanaians, and I didn't know why. What was the reason? So basically, like the day that you're born somehow like assigns your name. So for example, if you're born on Sunday, you'll be Kwesi, or if you're born on Monday, you'll be Kojo. There are a lot of Kojos, there are a lot of Echo, Coffee. You see like Coffee or Efua or Amban.
Oh,
So that's something that not many people know. So when I was there, and since I was born on a Tuesday, they told me that my name should be Evo or should be Kobena. Yeah. So that's why it's like it's very interesting to know that. Also, like you have like Komla. I have a lot of friends who are Komla, and you can see like depending on when you're born, that somehow you can have a particular name. Not all Ghanaians do this. This is something coming from the Akan, but a lot of Ghanaians are like, as I say, Kojo, Kovena, Kueku is very common as well, and Coffee as well, and Echo.
that is very, very
But
interesting.
yeah, that's something that not many people know. I didn't know it. When I was when I one taxi driver, he was asking me when I was born, and I say, I believe I was born on a Tuesday. So he told me like, well, depending on where you're born, you have a different name. And I found it very interesting. That's why I put it here.
Yeah. So
So,
I will be Essie because I was born on a Sunday.
right. Yeah. Hi, Jesse. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that's your new name,
That's
Vanessa.
gonna be my alter ego name when I go to Ghana.
You arrived and you say from now on you'll be Essie. That's good. That's good.
Essie.
Yeah. And then my favorite, well, I don't want to say what, but it's my favorite Ghanaian is like Kofi Annan. I was like, as many people know, he was the Secretary General of the United Nations, and that's the place where I work for. And he got the Peace Prize back in 2001. So he's a very good example of Ghanaian people, and Ghanaians are very proud of having him reaching such a very important position, for any politician or any diplomat.
Mhm.
Now something that many people want to know is like how to get into Ghana, especially now with all these COVID restrictions. So the most important thing, of course, is you have to have your passport. That's very common. Like when you go any place, you have to have your passport. And it's very important to have also your yellow fever vaccine. And something that not many people know sometimes, and it's something that can be tricky, is like don't wait until last minute to get your yellow fever vaccine, because like you have to have like at least, I'm not mistaken, I put in there like 10 days. So please don't wait last minute, because they say that if you do it like too close to the travel time, they might not let you board the plane. That's because they say that the effect of the vaccination like takes some time. So like the vaccine to activate takes some time. So that's something that a
And
doctor.
where have you taken the vaccine since you've been 4 times already?
Well, the thing is that I got the yellow fever vaccine a long time ago because it lasts for 10 years. And now they're saying that you can, the yellow fever vaccine lasts for life. So that's something that it was changed. Back in the days, they used to say it was for 10 years. Now they say it's for life. Here in the US, like that's something like, since the yellow fever is not listed as a regular disease, you have to like look for a place to get it. And also it's not covered by the insurances because it's not mandatory in the US. So that's a very important thing to have in mind. But
And how much?
it's good. Like
Um,
I was told it's like about 100 something. But as I say, I got it in Argentina. So when I got it in Argentina, it was like a while ago. So like, it was like 7 years ago when I was on vacations. I got it because a lot of countries ask for the yellow fever vaccine, and depending also on the nationality that you have, you need it or you're not. But for Ghana in particular, you had to have it. Even from when you apply for the visa, you had to have attached to your passport the vaccination card, which is the yellow booklet that everybody seen it probably. And then also it's very important to know that U.S. citizens need a visa to go to Ghana. Unfortunately, it's not that we can get it up on arrival. That's very important to know. You have to have it in advance. Good thing we have the consulate here in New York, so you can apply there. I believe that now because of the COVID situation, you cannot apply in person. You have to send everything using a courier. But the service is good. You usually get your passport quite fast, and you have like a single visa, a single entry visa, which is for 90 days, and then you have the multiple entry, which is much better because it allows you like multiple entries within 5-year time frame. So that one is like much better.
oh, okay.
Yeah. In terms of the entry requirements, is we have to have like into account like two things. Like first of all, you have to have before traveling, I mean, to get into the plane, you have to have a proof of negative COVID test. And this has to be done. I mean, you have to be tested 72 hours before the departure. So so you have to have that in mind. It's very important to have it because like if you don't have that, they will not let you board the plane. So basically you have to have that. And they're very specific with the time. So you have to find a place where they can provide you like the correct time frame, because sometimes you go to certain places and then you have to wait 5 days, 1 week, but you have to find a place where you can have like the results coming within like 1 day or 2 days, so that you can do it before your trip and you know for sure that you have the results. And the other thing to have in mind is like besides these tests, you also will be tested when you arrive. it's like a little bit like tedious because not many countries request that. The majority of countries, I've been traveling a lot during COVID, and the majority of countries are now requesting just for the testing, and but Ghana requests two, so you have to travel with one, and besides, when you arrive, you will be tested again. The,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, and the test costs 150 if I'm not mistaken, and if the fee hasn't changed. It's better for you to pay it in advance. The website is there, myfrontierhealthcare.com, home Ghana, and then when you have that, you will get like a sort of barcode. So when you arrive to the Kokota airport in Accra, they will scan that and they will know that you're clear, that you paid for that already, and then you will be tested. The test is very quick. I got the results in like 30 minutes. So basically, by the time I had my luggage with me, the results were done. So that's really good.
Wow. So efficient.
Very efficient. I was very surprised because I mean, for me, having two test things was like a little bit tedious because I was thinking, oh, get ready and then get one before traveling plus one when you arrive. It was like I found it like a little bit too much, but like Ghana doesn't have that many cases right now with COVID, so they're trying to keep that way. West Africa has done like very, very good in terms of COVID. And since they are very scared about this type of diseases, they had the experience with Ebola in Nigeria. So they want to like make sure that they're taking care of this situation seriously. So that's why like Ghana was like closed to the international travel for many months. I believe it was from the beginning of the COVID back in March, and it was closed until end of September, if I'm not mistaken. So it was like at least like 6 months that the country was closed.
Mhm.
Then regarding the airlines, and I'm about to finish because I know that I'm talking too much. So
We're loving your presentation, so
okay.
you're good.
Okay, so back in the days, I used to fly a lot with Ethiopian to Ghana, Ethiopian Airlines. But for some reason, I haven't been able to find flights with Ethiopian anymore. Now the airlines that you fly there are TAP, Air Portugal, Turkish, KLM, and Delta. I usually go with TAP Air Portugal because even though that you have to connect in Portugal, is usually the one that offers you the best price. I was checking online now, and there's some flights in April for $400 round trip. Just have in mind that you have to go through Lisbon and make sure that, to go through Lisbon, you have to like also have the COVID test, which is also for Ghana. So you're fine, and have that one in mind. Of
So
course, for some people,
are you technically inviting us to go with you in April? Is that what it is?
oh, everybody's welcome.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
I just want everybody to start wearing the kente and start eating all these banku and fufu and everything.
Yes.
Then you can go with a direct flight with Delta. That's like 10-hour flights. So for some people who are like more into like direct flights, they can do that. I usually go, to be honest, with the best offer. And I try to look for a good price because for me, it's like, for example, Delta, if it goes for 1,000 and then TAP Portugal goes for 400, I'm like, okay, it's a little bit longer, but I save a couple of bucks that I can use there. So, well, that's about it. That's it. Oh, I cannot.
Sorry. I didn't
Oh,
hear
okay,
you.
I got scared for a second.
Thank
Or
you so
someone is
much
saying
for all
something
of
in
this
our
information.
country.
I'm sure everyone has so many questions. So please, you can unmute yourself and ask questions, or you can put them in the chat so we can hear, so we can ask him the questions. I have a couple of questions specifically. Restaurants. I know you said you primarily ate vegetarian food,
Yeah,
but what
yeah,
are like
yeah.
restaurants that you recommend people go when they want to visit
Well,
Ghana?
for me, in my opinion, the best area to go and find like nice restaurants, and I have some Ghanaians online, so they can correct me if I'm wrong, but I like Osu. Osu is for me the area where you can find nice restaurants, and also like East Legon. Those places are the ones I recommend, but I usually like Osu. Kevin is agreeing on that. So yeah, I think that like for me, it's like Osu is the best area. You can have all type of restaurants. You can go from very local food to like more Western food. So I think that that's the best guess, the best place to go.
Yes. transportation wise, is it do they have Ubers? Is it do you take taxis? Do you take public transportation, or do you recommend people take private
Well,
transportation?
I'm very adventurous, so like I have done everything in Ghana. I mean, you can have Uber. I mean, Uber works in Ghana. You can use it there, and you will not have any issues. You know. But like I try also the trotro, which is like the local bus, like they're like small buses, and it's like very local, and then like it can get a little bit hot and it gets a little bit crowded, and you have people like around you and everything. But it's such a like a very nice experience. I know that now during COVID things change a little bit on that, but yeah, and someone is saying here that Uber is very affordable in Ghana. It's very cheap. So for example, like five cities or 5.5 cities, I believe is like it's $1, and you can like maybe go to places for $1, $2. So it's very cheap. Yeah. And the trotro is even more affordable. Thank you, Kingsley. Yeah, trotro is very affordable, and it's part of the cultural experience. I recommend people to also take it, and especially if you go like in short distances. Maybe if you go on long distance, maybe it's too much, but for people to do like very, you need to ask. Um, Also for the different stops. But usually it's very funny because when you're there, you see the trotros passing by, and you will see someone who is in charge will be literally shouting and saying like, oh, and someone is saying Bolt is more affordable than Uber. Yeah, that's right. You can do Bolt as well. And yeah, but the trotro is very interesting because when you go to certain stops, that is like the stations, you will see like a person who is working with the driver who will be announcing the stops. He will be like literally screaming and telling you, oh, we're going to here, we're going to there, and then you have to jump because everything is very quick and you have to pay quick. So it's like so exciting. It's like a lot of adrenaline when you do that. Yeah.
Yes, that's so
Yeah.
cool. When
Yes.
when you go, I mean, you went 4 times, and I'm sure you have seen the
Yeah.
whole city. Where do you normally stay, or where would you recommend someone stays? Because
Well, I usually stay either East Legon, which
Mhm.
is like not far from the airport, and that area has like a lot of commercial malls and it has a lot of places to go, and it's very safe. Well, Ghana in general is very safe, and I also stay in close to Lavadi Beach,
Mhm.
or I stay in Osu. Osu is very close to Lavadi, so it's like it's also good. Then another place where people can stay is cantonments. Cantonments is the area where all the embassies are. So like that's also like an area that you can stay. I don't like that area that much because I feel it like very like Western, because it's like a lot of embassies, and it's not as much fun as like Osu. So for me, if you have to pick a place to stay, it's usually Osu or Lavadi. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yay. Now, you went the first time, and
Yeah.
what did you fall in love with that made you go back 4 times?
Well, like people always ask me, and for me, it's like what I like the most is like the hospitality from people, because I don't want to mention some other countries that are not as good like as Ghana, because I don't want to hurt anybody. But I've been to a lot of countries, and some countries in West Africa, they are not as hospital. They don't have that hospitality that Ghanaians have. When you go there, it's like can you show us some? I think that someone from Ghana can do that. No, I'm not good. That's it. No, no, no. Maybe Kingsley or someone who's there can show us some. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like on Lavadi, I'm on another place. Kingsley can show us some dance, maybe. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, Kingsley, we see you. Do that. But yeah, like you can see like different type of dances there. But I'm not an expert of like the Ghanaian dance.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And I like the video a lot, but the video is like actually from Nigeria. So yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So for a person who's just going there for vacation and to enjoy and to be, to have hospitable people and have food and dance and like the beach, how many days would you say is like a good amount of days to be there?
Well, I think that it depends on how fast you do things. I'm the type of person that go very fast when you go to places, and I don't usually return to places unless I really like it. And Ghana is one of the exceptions. One of the places that I went many times. The majority of places I go, I usually go one time or twice. I think to respond to your answer, if you want to see the basic, 1 week could be okay, and you will be around like Accra, and then you can go to Cape Coast maybe, And then if you have time, you can go to Kumasi. But if you want to be around like Cape Coast, I think Cape Coast and Accra are the two places to go, and all the surroundings. But 1 week could be enough. Of course, if you're going to do 2 weeks, you can explore even more. But 1 week could be okay. Just have in mind, like, the jet lag and the time difference, which is like 5 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the language, you didn't have any language barriers like most people speak English there, right?
Not at all, because like they all speak English. It's like the sort of like national language, even though that they have like local languages. They have a lot of local languages. Don't ask me anything in local language because I don't know. I just know like the names that I show you like a second ago, but that's about it. But there are a lot of local. So like people between each other, they usually talk in their local language, and but of course if they see you, they will talk to you in English. But everybody speaks the language, so you will be okay. That's the advantage to go to Ghana. And for example, when I went to Togo, I went to Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire. It was much more challenging because not many people speak English, and my French is weak. So when you go to Ghana, the good thing is like people speak English, so you will not have issues. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Now, the $1 million question. Did you see any other Latinos there?
Oh, I have to think about that. To be honest, I don't think that I saw a Latino. No, I'm thinking no, I didn't. To be honest, I saw a lot of Europeans. Those are the people who go there the most. Some Americans started. Someone saying about the languages are diverse and interesting. That's good. I seen like a lot of Europeans, and a lot of people also like expats. They live in Ghana and they don't want to go to any other place. They want to stay there. But I didn't see that many Latinos. I don't. I'm trying to make Latinos like go to Ghana and West Africa, because I find it like sometimes not all Latinos, but Latinos in general, they usually go or they want to stay in the comfort zone. Like, they want to go like more the places that are more known, or they want to go more to like Mexico or the Caribbean, and they don't think about that much about West Africa. Yeah.
Mhm. But no worries, because you already got us excited, and we're gonna go to
All
Ghana,
right.
and we're most likely 99.9% gonna join you there in April.
Of course, of course. That would be lovely. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
Yes. Did you guys have any more questions? Oh, they're asking about the prices of the food, like what is the average, and do they have any unique alcoholic beverage, like like in Cuba will be the mojito? Do they have anything specific for
Oh,
them?
that's an interesting question. Regarding prices, Ghana is very, very affordable. You can, if you buy street food, you can pay maybe a dollar, $2. It's very cheap. And then if you go to a restaurant, you can pay maybe a little bit more, but you will never pay like more than $10 for a dish, unless you go to something very upscale, But but yeah, it's very affordable. That's what people are telling me here. It's very affordable, so it's not like you will be paying too much for food. But as I say, like usually street food is a little cheaper. It depends on what you're looking for. For example, my breakfast was usually street food. I was getting my egg sandwich right outside of my Airbnb. There was this lady who was selling there. She was making the eggs in front of me, and she was using the bread and everything. She was making it right there.
Hmm.
About drinks, I don't know any local drink, unfortunately. I mean, I was drinking tequila all the time. That was my Latino side. But someone is saying don't call beverage. Oh, the only drink that I was taking there was Alvaro, but Alvaro was just a brand. It was like more like a soda. Is not like it's not like a mixed or something like that there. Yeah.
They're saying Doncor beverage. Doncor
Okay, that's probably like a
Acapechi, something like that. Alvaro.
Alvaro, yeah, and then Alvaro is very sweet. Yeah, Alvaro is very sweet. I was drinking that in Labadi Beach with my jollof. Yeah.
We're guessing you're not a dessert person because you didn't show us any desserts.
Oh well, like to be honest, I would tell you something like maybe the bull frog can be like a little sweet, but like I didn't find like they're like, very big in dessert. Correct me if I'm wrong, like Kingsley or someone. That I didn't find that many desserts. I mean, chocolate is really important. Don't get me wrong. Like chocolate in Ghana is one of the best ones. I mean, they have like um, the cacao there is chocolate is like amazing. But Ghanaians are not that big. They eat more fruits. They're like more, maybe that's why they're all like so healthy and fit and everything. I don't know, but they don't eat that many desserts. Because when I was in Ivory Coast and maybe more French speaking countries, they have a lot of bakeries. They love bakeries. But Ghana is like not that much. I love desserts. That's what I'm telling you. And when I was always trying to look for desserts, my friends were not that into desserts, to be honest. Yeah, and all golden tree chocolate, they're saying me that. Like but it's more like chocolate. But dessert itself, I don't recall many. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Okay. Anybody else has any questions you want to ask? This is your last chance. This was such a great presentation. Like, oh my God.
Thank you. I was a little bit nervous because I'm not used to give presentations, but thank you.
You
Like you
did
guys,
very
I
well.
was very comfortable. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I just want to then thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. I know you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart and your passion to share your knowledge with us. Make sure you're following him, guys. He has been to so many countries, 85, I think you said.
Oh yeah,
And he has
Malika, you're
so many pictures. Hit him
yeah.
up on the gram. He speaks Spanish, he speaks English, a little bit of French. You know, you can communicate with him in any language, pretty much. And connect with us. We have a Facebook group, and we share resources there. We ask questions about our travels. Our Instagram, that's the platform we use to spotlight Latinos that are traveling all over the world. So definitely join us in these platforms. And lastly, make sure that you join us in the future virtual travel parties, because we have them every month, the first Thursday of every month. So the next one is going to be March 6th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But that Thursday, the first Thursday of every month, I can remember the exact number. And it's going to be about Panama. We're going to have someone present about Panama. And then the next one will be in April and in May. We already have a whole lineup all the way to June. If you're interested in presenting a country that we haven't covered yet, just hit our DMs, message us, and let us know so we can feature you. We still have openings for July, August, and so on. And we would love to hear your story. Just like right now, Andres shared his story about Ghana and got us all pumped up about going there to the point we want to go next month already.
Yeah, I saw the messages. Some people are packing already. Malika is ready to go, and then some local people, Kingsley is ready to receive all these people coming. So they will have fun for sure.
Nos fuimos. Well, thank you so much, Andres. I really appreciate you being part of this community and sharing your experience in Ghana, and looking forward to getting to know you more, you know.
Yes, yeah.
And for us to keep sharing with our Latino people places that we have been and how they can also see themselves in those spaces. This time you didn't encounter any Latinos, but next time, guess what?
Oh yeah.
They're gonna see this video and they're gonna be like, we're gonna see each other there.
I hear Osuna there, as I say, so that's a good sign that people start going there.
Yes. Excellent. Bueno, thank you so much again. And everybody who joined us, thank you. I'll see you next time, next month. And we're going to have the Latino Travel Fest in March. I'm going to give you more info about that in our stories in Instagram, but pay attention for the anuncios, por los anuncios. Bueno, cuídense y muchísimas gracias. Yay.
Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.